Bear down, Bears fans. Today I want to talk about why the Chicago Bears should not re-sign Allen Robinson, and it starts right now. Now, if you are new to the video, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss a thing, so make sure that you hit that bell. Now, I don't want anybody to think that there's Allen Robinson slander coming your way. That's not happening at all here. We don't believe in Allen Robinson slander on this page. If we hear about the Allen Robinson slander, we will find you and we will troll you. No, this more so has to do with the current state of the Chicago Bears than anything. Allen Robinson, to me, is clearly, you almost have to say the best receiver the Bears have had. I think Brandon Marshall still might hold that spot, but when you look at Allen Robinson, as far as where his production has gone, it has been playoff appearances, and Brandon Marshall didn't get you that. But to me, you have to look at what Allen Robinson is asking for and then compare that with how they're going to use him, especially if they plan on keeping this current regime. If they plan on keeping Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace in there, essentially Nick Foles, because I personally believe Trubisky's double burden these guys on the way out the door to his next team, and I would too with how has Trubisky played to that level? No, but with how the regime treated him, forget Chicago as a whole. Chicago fans, we're irrational at times. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go off of what happens at that moment. If I'm Mitch, I'm double burdened my way out the door. You're thinking you're probably looking to pay A-Rob somewhere between, I would say he's probably looking for somewhere between 18 to 20 million a year, maybe a 4-year deal with a 5th-year option, and that's a lot of money for a wide receiver, right? And listen, he's a key piece of your offense. But here's the thing to me. Think about how the Bears used him with Matt Nagy. Think about how this regime used him with Matt Nagy. Heck, in the last 2 games of the season, arguably your most important games of the season, you're using Allen Robinson as a decoy. That tells me that Matt Nagy does not believe that Allen Robinson is your number 1 wide receiver on this team. That tells me that Matt Nagy does not believe that Allen Robinson is the guy that you can go to in your biggest moments, because he hasn't done that. Now, is that a lack of trust on the quarterback? It could be that too. But here's the thing. Even on those underneath passes, you're not looking to Allen Robinson's way. We saw it a little bit kind of when the game gets out of hand. You start seeing Trubisky go there. But what did we see most of the game? We saw passes to David Montgomery, passes to Cole Kmet. I believe you only got the ball to him 6 times on 7 targets for 55 yards in that playoff game. And to me, listen, that's just not enough. You have to find your guy. I understand there's coverages. I understand they're doing things to take Allen Robinson away. But if this regime believes that Allen Robinson is that number 1 guy, that means that you make him the hot route. You make him the first look Trubisky gets, and you allow him to make a play. You allow him to have his chance at those 50-50 balls. It's not like Allen Robinson is Megatron and they're triple covering him every single play. If he's that guy for you, then you have to allow him to have those jump balls, to have those 50-50 plays, and allow him to make those plays. Allow the player to make those plays. Now, to me, do I think that Allen Robinson can be that? Absolutely. I definitely do. But this regime does not, and that's the problem. The Bears are about to continue this cycle of mediocrity, and I'm not going to lie to you. 1, I don't want to see Allen Robinson go through it, and 2, I would rather see us use that $115 million to invest it in the line if you're not even going to use the superstar wide receiver that's on your team. Now, before I continue with the video, I want to know your thoughts. Do you think the Chicago Bears should re-sign Allen Robinson? Let me know your reasons as well down in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. The other thing for me is too, I don't think that he's going to come back to a system like this. I think that if you saw significant change, if you saw change at the head coach position, if we saw change at the GM position, maybe even that you might see Allen Robinson come back in that situation. I don't think that he's the kind of guy that they're going to put a franchise tag on for a season, especially with as much as they need to fix. And especially with as much money as he wants, and rightfully so, every penny of it is justified. I've been screaming, pay that man all season. But with as much money as he wants, if the head coach, that for some reason, maybe it's COVID, maybe it's his magical performance at the end of the season, you're going to keep that head coach, and you're not going to utilize Allen Robinson in the biggest moments of the game when you need him to be the biggest wide receiver on this team. Then what are you paying him for? What are you paying him for? Let Darnell Mooney get those reps. Go find another wide receiver in the draft, or go find somebody else in free agency to be your number 2, because clearly you don't want Allen Robinson to be here. You don't want to use him in those biggest moments of the game. Now, I want to make this clear. I would love to see Allen Robinson remain a Chicago Bear. And heck, I think Allen Robinson wants to remain a Chicago Bear. I think that if the Bears offered him a deal now, he probably might accept it. But only if that extension comes with, yeah, we know there's been some issues with Ryan in the front office. This deal should have been done a while ago. Not firing Ryan just because of Allen Robinson's contract, but it's definitely a nail in your coffin. How do you not pay your best wide receiver on your team when you have questions at the quarterback position? Clearly, you're going to be in the draft next year, unless you plan on going out and finding the superstar quarterback of your future, and your game plan is we're going to overpay the mess out of him. We're gonna trade for Dak Prescott and overpay the mess out of him, or we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But in that situation with the declining cap, heck, you're probably not going to be able to pay Allen Robinson anyway. But at the end of the day, I want to know your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, no Allen Robinson slander here. That man is a dog. That man should be paid. And let me tell you something. If he goes up to Green Bay and we got to face him twice a year next to Devontae Adams, it's going to be a scary sight. This is one of those players that if you even think he might do that, you sign him because of that reason, Ryan Pace. Get your head out of your butt. But I am going to get up out of here. It is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bears content. Click the links here, or they might be over here now. I'm not sure, because I'm sitting in a different position. Well, we'll see. Make sure to check the links in the description below. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.